Okay, so let's go to our rupture failure, the second limit state of our tension members. So it is based on the net area of the steel section, and it is the limit state that when the applied load fractures the member after it has reached its ultimate stress. To solve the allowable and ultimate load or strength for the rupture failure, solving nominal strength is Fu times the effective area of the steel section. So ito po yung gagamitin natin for nominal capacity ng ating rupture failure. Fu is the ultimate strength of the steel and AE is the effective area of the steel section. Wherein yung AE po natin or effective area is U times the area net or the net area of the steel section. U stands for the shear lag factor, and to solve for the design capacity and allowable capacity here in the rupture failure, so yung gagamitin po nating reduction factor is 0.75. So ito po yung pang LRFD natin o yung pang ultimate strength natin or design strength. And ito naman pong omega is 2. Ito naman po yung pang ASD natin or yung tinatawag nating allowable stress design. No? So pagka po rupture failure, ang ating pong phi or yung ating pong reduction factor is 0.75. Okay? So tatandaan nyo po yan. And yung ating naman pong factor of safety or yung ating omega is 2. Okay? So dapat mahalagang tandaan nyo po yan. So paano naman po natin isosolve or i-determine yung ating shear lag factor? So based on NSCP 2015, shear lag factor is determined by referring to table 504.3.1. So ito po yung ating table 504.3.1. Okay, so ito po yung ating table 504.3.1. So andito po yung mga cases kung saan po natin malalaman kung ano yung gagamitin po natin shear lag factor U. So for case 1, all tension members where the tension load is transmitted directly to each of cross-sectional elements by fastener or welds except cases 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So ang shear lag factor po natin dyan is 1. And then kapag ka naman po all tension members except plates and HSS where tension load is transmitted to some but not all of the cross-sectional elements by fastener or longitudinal welds. So ang atin naman pong magiging shear lag factor is 1 minus x bar over L, wherein yung atin pong x bar is yung atin pong connection eccentricity in millimeters and L naman is the length of the connection in millimeters. No? So, kumbaga, meron po itong welds o kaya fastener sa isang section ng ating steel pero hindi po sa lahat ng section. Ano? So, for example, itong example natin, dito po meron pong connection sa web pero sa ating flange is wala, or dito naman meron naman pong connection dun sa flange and then dun sa web naman ay wala. And then, all tension members where the tension load is transmitted by transverse weld to some but not all of the cross-section element. So, pwede po natin dito na U is equals to 1 and AN is the area directly connected the elements. AN. So, AN po yun. And then, for case 4, plates where the tension load is transmitted by longitudinal welds only. So meron po tayo dito mga condition where L is greater than or equal to 2W. So ang atin pong U doon ay 1. And then kapag ka 2W is greater than L but L is greater than or equal 1.5W, so ang U po natin is 0.87. And 1.5W is greater than L but L is greater than and or equal to W. So yung U po natin doon is 0.75. So ano ba yung W? So sabi dito, yung W po natin is plate width in millimeters. And then, case number 5, round HSS with a single concentric gusset plate. So meron pa ditong mga conditions like L is greater than or equal to 1.3 times diameter, saka po yung U natin is magiging 1. And then kapag ang diameter po natin is less than or equal sa length, but length is less than or equal sa less than 1.3D, yung U po natin is 1 minus x bar over L, wherein yung x bar po natin is diameter times pi. Rectangular HSS, so with single concentric gusset plate and with two-side gusset plate. So ito po yung ating mga condition for our shear lag factor. Ayan. And then WMS or HP shape or TIS, cut from this shape if U is calculated per case to the larger value is permitted to be used. So kapag ka daw po pumatak sa isa pang case dito sa ating table 504.3.1, so ang pipiliin daw po natin shear lag factor is yung mas malaki. So dito naman po sa case number 7, titingnan po natin yung base ng flange. Kapag ka daw po siya ay greater than or equal sa 2/3 ng depth ng ating steel section, yung U po natin is 0.9. If the flange is less than the 2/3 of the depth of our steel section, U is 0.85. And with web connected with 4 or more fastener per line, yung U po natin is 0.70. So ito pong nasa taas is with flange connected with 3 or more fastener per line in direction of the loadings. And then single angles, if U is calculated per case 2, the larger value is permitted to be used. So kapag ganun ulit, kung ano daw po yung mas malaking U, yun daw po gagamitin natin kapag siya ay pumatak din sa case number 2. So U is equals to 0.80 kapag daw po may 4 or more fastener per line in direction of loading. And kapag naman po with 2 or 3 fastener per line in the direction of loading, yun naman po natin is 0.60. So yun po yung mga gagamitin nating shear lag factor para po makapag-solve tayo at ma-analyze po natin using fracture failure ang ating mga steel section or tension members. So para mas maintindihan nyo po, tayo po ay magsasagot ng mga examples. Okay, so let's proceed dito sa ating example number 3. So sabi po dito, the lap joint of a tension member is shown in the figure. The plate is 252 mm wide and 12 mm thick. The bolts are 20 mm in diameter and the holes are 3 mm larger than the bolt diameter. Steel is A36 with Fy 248 megapascal and Fu 400 megapascal. Determine the ultimate value of P based on net area of the tension. Number 2, determine the allowable value of P based on the net area of the tension member. So before we start solving this problem, so kailangan muna po natin kuhanin yung shear lag factor ng ating member na ito. So yun kasi yung una kong ginagawa kapag ganitong based on net area ang pinapakuhang design and allowable value of force. So una, i-determine ko muna kung saang case po siya papatak. And kapag ganitong mga plates, so since transmitted po yung ating tension load sa lahat ng section ng ating plate, so papatak po yan sa case number 1. So dito po tayo papatak sa case number 1. All tension members where the tension load is transmitted directly to each of the cross-sectional elements by fastener or welds. So dito po tayo sa case number 1 papatak. And kalimitan po pagka ganyang plates lang, yung case number 1 nga po yung papatakan yan. So yan, case number 1 yan. So ang ating pong shear lag factor is 1. Okay? So hindi na tayo mahirapan kumuha ng effective area. Ngayon, sabi nga pala ni NSCP, so for the user note, dapat daw po yung atin pong net area, okay, for splice plates, dapat daw po yung ating net area is hindi tataas. So yung AN, dapat daw po yan ay hindi tataas sa 0.85 ng gross area. So dapat daw yan ay less than or equal sa 0.85 ng gross area. Kapag ka daw po yan, or yung AN natin, net area, is na greater than 0.85 AG, so yung atin pong gagamiting effective area is equal sa 0.85 AG. No, hindi na po natin gagamitin yung UAN. So kapag ka dito tayo pumatak, so meaning ang AE po natin is equal sa UAN, wherein yung ating na pong U kapag ka splice plate is 1, so meaning yung ating effective area is equal sa net area ng ating steel section. Okay? So yan po yung ating gagamitin na effective area. Ngayon, pagdating sa mga bolts, no, kasi ima-minus po natin kasi yung area na nakain ng bolts natin. So pagdating kasi sa bolts mga engineer, kapag ka po given ang diameter ng bolts based on NSCP 2015 or 2010, pinaplasan po natin ng 4 mm yung ating diameter ng bolt. So bakit po tayo nagpa-plus ng 4 mm? Kasi yung given po sa atin is diameter pa ng bolt. So kapag nilagyan natin siya ng bolt, so syempre dapat may allowance po tayo dun sa bolt. No. Kumbaga, ang gagawin po natin, paplasan muna po natin yung ng 2 mm yung bolt diameter para po maging nominal hole diameter yung ating hole. Tapos paplasan pa natin ng 2 para po siya ay maging effective diameter ng hole natin. Pero dito sa problem natin, dito sa case ng problem natin, binigay na po yung tawag dito, yung atin pong effective diameter ng holes. And sabi po dito, yung holes daw po natin is 3 mm larger than the bolt diameter. Okay, so yun, dito sa case natin kasi, binigay na po dito yung effective hole diameter natin, which is, ang sabi po dyan, the holes are 3 mm larger than the bolt diameter. So ang gagamitin ko muna po dito is itong 3 mm, imbis na 4 mm na nakalagay po dun sa ating NSCP 2015 or 2010. So, pwede ko na pong makuha dito yung ating net area. So pagka kumuha ko ng net area, so AN is equal sa, so yan po ay AG muna, gross area. So gross area po natin is 252 times 12 minus, so maminusan po natin yung ating gross area ng, kung makikita nyo po dito sa ating figure, may tatlong hole po na babawasin tayo dun sa section ng ating steel. No? So, tatlong hole po yung sinakop nung diameter, nung bolt dun sa section ng ating steel. So, maminusan ko po yan ng tatlo times yung diameter ng ating bolt, 20, paplasan ko po ng 3 kasi kailangan po natin gawin siyang effective hole diameter. And then, tatimesan ko po siya ng thickness din na 12. And yan na po yung ating magiging net area. So, ang magiging net area po natin dyan, atin pong i-evaluate. So, 252 times 12 minus tatlong diameter ng hole times yung thickness ng hole na 12 din. So, ayan. So, ang atin pong magiging net area dyan is 2,196 mm squared. Ngayon, kailangan muna po natin i-check yung 0.85 AG kasi baka mamaya mas malaki itong AN natin dun sa 0.85 AG natin. So, 0.85 times 252 times 12, yun pong ating 0.85 AG is equal sa, ayan, so 2,570.4. So, ito po ay greater than AN, meaning, therefore, yung atin pong AE is equal sa mu AN, equals na po yan sa AN. Okay? So, meaning yung AE po natin is equal sa 2,196 mm squared. Okay? So, meron na tayong AE, binigyan po tayo ng FU kanina, which is 400 megapascal. So, all set na po tayo. Makakakuha na po tayo ng nominal load. Okay? So, nominal load is equal sa FU times AE. Equals po yan sa 400 times 2,196. O-overrun lang po natin ang 1,000 para po maging kilonewton. So, ang atin pong nominal load is equal sa 400 times 2,196 over 1,000. So, ang atin pong nominal load is 878.4 kilonewton. Ayan. And then, pwede na po tayong kumuha ng ating design capacity or design value of P based on net area. So, yun po ay PU. PU is equal sa Phi PN. We all know that yung Phi natin dito sa ating fracture failure is 0.75. So, tatimsan lang natin ang nominal load na 878.4. So, ang atin pong design value of P is equal sa 0.75 times 878.4. So, yan ang ating ultimate value of P based on net area is 658.8. 658.8 kilonewtons. And yan po yung ating magiging final answer for number 1. Then next, for number 2, ang hinahanap naman po doon is yung allowable value of P based on net area. So, yun po ay Pn over omega. Okay? So, wherein yung ating Pn is 878.4 over yung ating omega na 2.00. Okay? So, ang ating pong magiging allowable value of P based on net area is equal sa 878.4 divided by 2. So, yung atin pong allowable load is 439.2 kilonewton. And ito po yung ating magiging final answer for question number 2 para sa ating example number 3. So easy. Okay? So, again, let's answer another example for this limit state.